On the wedding day, the groom was unwilling to attend, but the bride sent people to carry a life-size portrait of him and continued the ceremony. The guests were shocked and took out their phones to take pictures. At that moment, the bride walked over to the standee. She said the groom felt he wasn't good enough for her, so he was too embarrassed to attend the wedding. Hiding in the dressing room, the groom heard this and angrily rushed into the wedding hall. However, all the guests burst into laughter at the sight of him wearing a wedding dress. Half an hour earlier, the man had gone to see the woman to cancel the wedding because he refused to marry the bride his grandfather had chosen. As soon as he entered, he discovered that all the bodyguards he had hired had been beaten by the woman. After driving everyone out of the dressing room, the man asked to call off the wedding. The woman said the marriage was her grandmother's dying wish, and whether he agreed or not, they had to get married. Not long after, sounds of fighting came from inside the dressing room. Worried that the woman might go too far, her friend quickly opened the door and rushed in. To her surprise, the woman and the man had switched clothes. When the man saw himself in a wedding dress, he became furious and was even more unwilling to attend the ceremony with her. Seeing his refusal, the woman took a photo of him and then left. At the wedding, she deliberately said that the man planned to rely on her family in the future. As expected, the man was so enraged that he stormed into the venue. Afraid he might turn violent, the host quickly tried to stop him. At that moment, a young girl came onto the stage and grabbed the man's hand. Hearing the guests' discussions, the woman realized that the girl was actually the daughter of her father and stepmother. The man declared that he would one day take revenge for what had happened, then left with the girl. After the wedding ended, the internet was flooded with news about the groom publicly fleeing the ceremony. The woman's friend was furious, but the woman didn't care, knowing it was just another childish stunt by the man. At that time, the man's assistant found her and handed her an invitation, explaining that the next day was the man's grandfather's birthday banquet. The next day, the woman arrived at the banquet wearing a glamorous gown. The grandfather apologized to her and said he would discipline the man properly in the future. Just then, the man walked in holding the hand of the woman's stepsister. The grandfather angrily told him to let go, only to discover that the hand holding the girl was a fake one. Seeing this, the guests burst into laughter. The woman immediately understood that the man was only trying to provoke her. After the grandfather left, the man's sister warned the woman to keep a low profile in the future. She even said that the man loved the woman's stepsister and that they would eventually divorce. The woman replied that as long as she was still the man's wife, she would not allow anyone to interfere in her marriage. Overwhelmed by the woman's powerful presence, the sister stepped back in fear and bumped into the stepsister. The stepsister immediately screamed after being burned by the cigarette in the man's hand.